You have to actually use your voice outside of training, because training is like a very controlled environment, but going out and about and using your voice around people, that's the real challenge. And that's actually how you attain a voice that you want, is by using it. You have to use it. Yeah, Chad, I'm not happy with where my voice is. I would love to be in a completely different spot with my voice, but it's gonna take time to finally be where I need to be. And even when I'm there, I don't think I'm gonna be happy with where I'm at. I'm always gonna try to improve it. I'm always gonna try to change it and hyper focus and think that my voice still sounds like it was years ago, like years and years ago when it sounded so much different. But that's why I save all my fucking content, because how else am I supposed to like really judge if my voice is different unless I have recording to listen to myself and you can hear that my voice changed.
So this is going to be the new way that we're going to be doing clothing. This is the way to add models versus replacing. This is how you structure it. I have a conversion tool, but it's kind of hard to explain.
I immediately get a visceral reaction from hearing myself there. Isn't that crazy that I could immediately got a visceral reaction from it? Like, ew. But like, I don't even recognize that voice anymore. I don't recognize it. But sometimes I will sit there and I will think, hey, I still sound like that. Literally different person. It's just how our brain works. Our brain thinks that you're not making any progress, and that works in like transition in general. Like, you'll be looking at yourself in the mirror over time and you're like, why is nothing changing? And then a few years later will pass and you'll realize you look like a completely different person. And the same really applies to voice stuff. And that's the reason why I put out a video about it. I put a progress video like a while ago, and like it's actually very helpful to like show you like the difference in your voice over time. I will show a snippet of that because I was doing voice training with Seattle Voice Labs. I paid money to do like personal lessons with Seattle Voice Labs. I am not sponsored by Seattle Voice Labs, but I will say if you want to get help with your voice, I would definitely suggest joining their Discord. They do have free lessons like every week that you can join and listen on. But if you need one-on-one stuff, then you can pay money. It's like $150 a lesson, and they usually do 6 lessons. So just kind of plan on spending like $900 or more if you wanted to do personal lessons, that's what I did. I did personal lessons where I was one-on-one with someone and they taught me how to change my voice like step by step. But everyone's voice is different, so it's like it's hard to determine how you change your voice the best way. This is the video I made a while ago, right here.
Where in the world are you?
I actually...
Whoa. Just whoa. Do you actually enjoy my content? Are they fun? I took actual recordings from them, and I feel like if I play this, I'm gonna cry. You're saying wait, but I'm actually considering playing it right here on the stream. So what's really strange is even here, this is 8 months ago, my voice sounds different now. Like, this footage right here was only 8 months ago, and my voice sounds completely different now to what this is. You guys want to listen to it? I don't know. I might be just be impressed.
I can actually just give me 1 second. Gotta make sure.
Oh, no worries. I just wasn't sure. I mean, you don't need to be on camera if you don't want to.
This is like 4 months. This is like 4 or 5 months in my transition.
Yeah, I would prefer that one.
Wasn't sure if that was a technical issue or not.
No, I just
Cool. Well, welcome to Seattle Voice Lab. I'm so excited that you're here, and
I loved working with Anthony. He does not work with Seattle Voice Labs anymore, but he was a wonderful teacher when he was there.
really excited to be working with you. So thanks for being here.
thank you. I'm pretty excited too. I'm extremely nervous, but
Yeah. So
The little feminine twang that was already kind of there. It's so crazy, like, listening to it again. I've made a lot of progress in my voice over time, and a lot of it came back to just like watching tutorials. Like, I would watch trans voice lessons a lot. I used to watch Yuko. I used to watch her videos before she got big, and I would like take her advice. Her first initial advice was to like learn how to hold up your larynx and stuff. That's not good advice. Like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Over time, as you voice train, you're going to learn how to do that naturally just by like moving forward with your tongue and stuff. Like, I had learned already how to raise my larynx on my own when I started my voice lessons with Seattle Voice Labs. So I don't really know how they do it now, but I would assume it's just because since you're moving everything, you're trying to reduce the amount of like room in your mouth. You would naturally raise your larynx to do that just by moving your tongue more towards your teeth, and that's how you like make a more feminine voice. I have backup recordings from 2025. I'm gonna listen to various ones of them. Do you want to listen to them with you, chat, so you can like hear that I did have major progress? I've shown a few people these and they're really interesting. Yeah, here's one right here. This was 2 weeks into my transition.
With tenure, Susie'd have all the more leisure for yachting, but her publications are no good. With tenure, Susie'd have all the more leisure for yachting, but her publications are no good.
So as I was like progressing with that, I eventually moved over to the Rainbow Passage. These are probably really cringe, by the way, to me. Just I don't want to hear myself. It's so cringe, chat. It's just like the ones where I'm like really forcing my voice that I cringe a little bit because it's like, I don't want to hear that. But it kind of shows you how hard I was working because I was really trying to force my voice up. Yeah, here we go. This is from the 18th. This is like the first time I ever did the Rainbow Passage.
The sunlight strikes raindrops in the air. They act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a round long arch. With its
You can just hear in the voice, I still had a lot of chest voice. I didn't move any of my voice into my head at all. A lot of like the feminine voice training involves like moving a lot of your voice out of your chest and into your head.
path high above, and its two ends apparently beyond the horizon. There is, according to legend, a boiling pot.
But yeah, that was like a month into my transition, so it was not like a lot of progress, but it was such a difference from that deep voice that you like heard a little bit ago that it's insane like how hard I was working. I was working so hard, and like I'm very impressed because I'm like, how did I do this? Like, it's insane.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow.
Yeah, see, I was still using a chest voice on here. I was just basically trying to force a pitch, and I think I was like forcing my larynx up, but it wasn't a natural way, so it sounds very forced.
Is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a long round arch with this path high above and its.
Yeah, you can hear the strain in my voice when I was trying to do it. I was talking way too fast. I wasn't even trying to enunciate anything. It was very frustrating. Voice training is frustrating. One of the most important things about voice training you need to realize though is that you're going to sound awful. You're going to sound stupid. The only way you can actually get a voice you want is you have to actually use it. You can't expect to just like boy mode your way into life and, you know, expect that your voice is going to change on its own. You actually have to use your voice like in real situations, in real world. You're gonna sound like an idiot. Let me listen to another one. I hate hearing my own voice. Yeah, same. I am so cringing right now. I'm trying to like fight through how much cringe I'm going through right now. Yeah, see, it's still forced.
They act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division.
Oh my god, it's so cringe. You can see what I mean about when it's forced. Let's jump a few months later. Here's a rainbow passage from 2 months later.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors.
I haven't learned about inflection at all at this point, so I was just trying to force it up, so.
The shape of a long round arch with.
Yeah, that was very forced still. I think I started getting it around like March, and that's when I started my voice training with Seattle Voice Labs.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a long round arch with this path high above and its two ends apparently beyond the horizon.
I was struggling so hard. That was in January of 2023, so that was like 2 months after. That was like 3 months after I came out. We got a month later right here.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow.
Do you guys notice the difference? Like immediately? This is only a month later from there.
The rainbow is a division of white light in so many beautiful colors.
The strain's still there. Like the strain is not, it didn't go away, but I was starting to get it.
There is, according to legend, a boiling pot of gold at one end.
Yeah, that was just like only a month later. I think I went all the way to, yeah, we have more recordings. Okay, so let's go to around the time I debuted as a VTuber. This was, okay, well, he had one from April 2023 right here. I was trying to add some breathiness to that one. That was really forced. Hold on.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow.
Okay, this one's in May.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as.
So at this point, I had already gotten all my training from Seattle Voice Labs, and I was just using the training to learn.
The rainbow is a division of white light in so many beautiful colors.
It's just progress. It's like, it takes a lot of progress. Let's go a few months later. This is from October of 2023.
Okay, I'm gonna try to completely do this without a pitch tracker whatsoever. This is more of my natural voice, I think. I'm not really sure because I'm like super aware of what I'm doing right now, and I'm hoping that I'm not like micro adjusting.
I was like really nasally there. You hear that, chat? Like that was so nasally. And that wasn't the rainbow, but I was like so nasally.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light in so many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a long round arch with its path high above and its two ends apparently beyond the horizon.
This was exactly 1 year after coming out, by the way.
There is, according to legend, a boiling pot of gold at one end. People look, but no one ever finds it.
Let's jump it by a year. This is 2 years now.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow.
Okay, let's go to 3 years now.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. Rainbows
So
that are
fucking out of breath. So out of breath.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light and so many beautiful colors.
That was only 8 months ago.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow.
I think we get the point, chat. I hope at this point you understand what I'm trying to point out is the fact that the voice is definitely something, it's an instrument. You have to learn how to work with the instrument. It's not gonna happen overnight at all. It's gonna take a lot of work, a lot of time to invest into actually voice training, and you actually have to do it. You have to do it. Like, you can't just expect it to come to you and only do it when you're, you know, by yourself. You have to actually use your voice outside of training, because training is like a very controlled environment, but going out and about and using your voice around people, that's the real challenge. And that's actually how you attain a voice that you want, is by using it. You have to use it. It's just a lot of practice. Even like professional voice actors are constantly practicing. As trans people, you're pretty much doing exactly what someone who voice acts does, is learning how to change your voice and like consistently using that new voice. The nice thing about this all is if you learn how to change your voice from a very deep voice like that to a very high-pitched voice like I'm using now, you can use those same methods to learn how to sing too. Because a lot of singing is also just controlling the way your voice ranges. It just takes a lot of work. It's a muscle. Everything in your mouth is a muscle. You have to learn how to train those muscles and use those muscles to change the way you sound. You don't even sound like that when you try. Are you saying if I try to like deepen my voice? I mean, I definitely could try, and I could do it if I wanted to. I just don't want to. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's funny as like a gag to like annoy people and, you know, to piss off my chat, because like that's really funny sometimes, but I don't want to talk like that. That's the reason why when I'm doing like voiceovers for games or just like I read out stuff, I don't try to do voices. I don't want to do voices because I feel like if I started doing voices like that, it would get dysphoric. It's going to take time if you want to change your voice, like a lot of time. But again, I'm not even happy with my own voice. I want to change my voice. It's annoying sometimes when I have to hear people say that it sounds like I'm straining my voice, and it's like, this is just my natural voice. This is just what I sound like. Yeah, I hear comments like that all the time, that it sounds like I'm straining my voice and my voice sounds fake and it sounds like I'm using a voice changer and I sound like a femboy and like all those weird fucking insults that I hear all the time. They don't genuinely think that. You sound like a goddess who is head over heels for a small coffee bean. Yeah, true. I love my wife. I love my wife! Screaming at her. Again, I'm not sponsored by Seattle Voice Labs. They didn't tell me to do this. This is only for my own experience, and I think they're a very good company, so. Your voice does remind me of Whooith. Okay. Maybe I just sound like Whooith. That's cool.
She's pink and she's glowing. Her hair stays flowing and she drops hot takes like she just don't care. Your precious lady is about to arrive. Wouldn't advise getting on her bad side. Don't know if she has talent, but she just might. Everybody questioning who the best druid around is. Like, who is? It's the pretty pink icon. Whooith.